Hey class. So, as you guys know, the airline industry is one of the hardest industries to get into, and it has a lot of barriers. And this is for numerous reasons. One of them being the cost of the planes themselves or the jets themselves. These can cost around tens of millions to hundreds of $1 million each. And so when you're breaking into the airline industry, you usually want to have more than just one so that you can benefit from economies of scale. And so when you have larger fleets, you can lower the prices of the tickets, which will get you more customers. And so this is why it's so much harder and there's a lot of barriers for new companies and investors to get into the airline industry because these big companies with big fleets are already have loyal customers and are taking a lot of the customers because they're able to drop their prices on the tickets. Some other industries that have barriers to entry would be the pharmaceutical industry, and this is due to lots of extensive research costs and development costs. It costs around $1 billion to $2 billion a year for new drugs, and so that's a lot of money, and so that's a huge barrier for that industry. And the oil and gas industry too is hard to break into, has a lot of barriers to entry, just because of the really high startup cost, and things like that. For my personal experience with barrier to entry, I'm going to talk about higher ed. And higher ed is another industry that has lots of barriers to entry. This is because of high startup cost, recruitment. You need to get accreditations and certificates, and all these things are really hard to get. And then I would say that this relates to economies of scale by which school has the lowest cost. Students nowadays are really concerned with that, and so schools with the lowest costs are going to have higher attendance rates, and also schools with high loyalty, like kids who grew up being childhood fans, are also going to have high loyalty rates there.